there was about 6 of us took on a space that turned out to be damp. It was a railway arch studio, and I guess they hadn't sorted out the damp proofing. We moved in loads of paper and found out later. We were in a bit of a panic and looked around so many awful places. Nothing really right, and the guy that was showing us around said, "Oh, I've got this one place, but you wouldn't be interested." And it was this place, and we just knew as soon as we saw it, we had to have it.
The kind of initial group of us that found the space, there were 5 of us, and we talked quite a lot about, when we realised that there would be more people involved, like how to kind of manage that so that it didn't take over and become a problem in the future. So it was also big enough to get lots of other illustrators involved as well, and I think that's really good to have lots of people in one place. It sort of emphasises that art school, the exciting bits about art school, which is all the discussion and talking to people that kind of do something similar but not the same. We share lots of books, and we can use all the printing facilities and work together. Like, it's really kind of communal and cooperative, so toilet roll and biscuits is just everyone's responsibility, really.
Yeah, we ended up being 25 of us to make it affordable, because it's such a huge space. And it's where they used to shoot the Page Street Girls. There's a lot of history in the space. I guess there's 2 main parts to what I do. One is Landfill Editions, which is publishing, and one is Many Mono, which is a print service. And they both focus around, or at least initially they both focused around a Risograph digital duplicator. Kind of looks like a photocopier, but works a lot more like screen printing in the process. So you print one colour at a time and then reprint over the top to build up the colours. In the last few years, it's become more popular with graphic artists that really love the kind of flat colour. It's got an aesthetic similar to screen printing, but with much less setup time. This is the Riso machine in action doing a 3-colour print. I've got 11 colours available to print with here, but there's 20 standard colours and up to 80 colours that are available. So the first step in the process is changing the colour drum to the colour you want. So first we're taking out the red drum and replacing it with the blue drum. So once the drum's in the machine, you send the artwork via PDF straight in, and it gets cut onto a thin sheet of plastic called a master, which is the substrate the ink gets pushed through. Once the master's been cut and cycled onto the drum, you can just print as many copies as you need to, and then build up single colour at a time on top of each other. It's best to dry print for about an hour on a drying rack between different layers to stop any smudging, roller marks, that kind of thing. Next step is to replace the blue drum with the black drum to get the final layer. And this is the finished 3-colour print by Nicholas of Nuvu. It's just purely selfish, really. It's like what I like, what I love, and I'd say half of it was friends whose work I already really liked and wanted to work with, and the rest is just people whose work I'd seen on the internet approached and said, "Do you want to do something together?" And I guess partly because not many people have used the process of Riso printing, they were really receptive to it, which has been really lucky, really. This is a comic by Jim Stoughton called Feeding the Murray, about a monster that lives in the back of the shop and the little boy that has to find the food for him to eat. This is This Too Shall Pass by Colin Henderson, which is a collection of 3 mini-comics from interpreted dream sequences. This is by Shobo Shobo from Paris, always with the monsters. He's done some really interesting t-shirt designs for some big labels like H&M. This cycle-loving print by Stevie G, who does a lot of bike art. And this is by a Belgian artist called Brecht van der Broek. He's got a show at No Bra at the moment. It's been about 8 months now that I've been doing the project and sort of starting to get more of an idea about where I want to take it. So rather than just doing illustration zines where it's really beautiful and the print process is great, but there's not a lot of content to it, I'm looking at working with other people to develop better content. So I guess I haven't been really promoting the commercial print service as much as I might, so it's not been so busy, but it's already, with the stuff I'm doing, it's kind of hard to manage doing it all at once, so it's about right, it's good.